Hey, this is your girl, msyelladiva. I'm bringing you another episode of Belle Collective, Season 7, Episode 6, Dearly Belleloved. Okay. If you are new here, welcome. Let me give you some claps too. Welcome. We do reviews here. This is the Diva Nation, okay? And if you're returning, welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. Let me get my life here, okay? This your crazy cousin, okay? Give me a thumbs up, like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel, and I will begin, okay? All right, so Latrice is doing a food giveaway at Taste. Latrice tells Selena that she talked to Lateshia and they gonna have a truce, okay? And she invited her, and she invited the news station, she invited the state representative, and Walmart is sponsoring, okay? Get it, girl. Okay. So Lateshia, of course, show up late with I think about a little case of canned goods. I don't know what she expect to do with that. And then, but the producers asked Tambra, how's her dad doing? She said he's doing much better. She said only Latrice and Selena, checked up on her, nobody else. Marie came late because, she had to, her grand boys, and apparently it's 3 of them, had a basketball game. And, so she had to come late. I give her that. I don't know why Lateshia came late, but Marie, she had at least a good excuse. And she's surprised to see Lateshia there. And Lateshia said we're gonna have a Belle Collective reset. So come dressed like you going to a funeral. Okay. Okay, dressed like you're going to a funeral. Okay. So they sit in the restaurant, the Taste restaurant, Cliff, Latrice, and Lateshia, and then Glen comes in later on. So Glen and Cliff talk. Cliff said, listen, when you said that we were trying to break up your marriage, Glen, you hurt me. You really did hurt me. And so then Latrice bring them little cocktails, right? And so she put one down in front of Cliff, one in front of Glen. Glen was like, let's switch drinks. I know that's right. Cause she probably would have poisoned you. Okay. Yeah. I'm with you, Glen. Let's switch drinks. Okay. Good. We don't know what she put in my drink. Probably a laxative making me boo-boo all night long. We good. So, Lateshia said, so you had to give Cliff permission to talk to Glen? And Lateshia sounds so amazed that, when Latrice said that Cliff couldn't talk to Glen no more, Cliff listened. Okay. That's when you know your worth. Okay. Okay. Cliff didn't want to hear Latrice's mouth. So yeah, he said he gotta lay down with her every night. So yeah. See, but Glen would have just told you to shut the fuck up. And you would have shut the fuck up. Okay. Now Cliff would have told Latrice to shut the fuck up, and she would have talked even more. Okay. So he didn't want to hear her mouth. So that's the reason why he stopped talking to Glen. Okay. But she sounds so amazed, like, I could never do that to Glenn. No, you couldn't, because you set those standards a long time ago when you was a child. Okay. But you getting your little balls. It's coming in later in this episode. You getting the little balls with you. You getting your little balls. Get it, girl. Anyway, so back to Cliff and Glenn. Okay, so Cliff said, Glenn, you got up in Latrice's face, and so and I'm sorry, my Wi-Fi is acting up. I should have gave you this synopsis in the beginning. Yeah, my Wi-Fi is acting up. I am in the process of moving, so I will be getting better Wi-Fi when I move. But you have to bear with me on these videos. Okay, thank you, family. Thank you. Okay, now listen. Okay, so he said you stepped up to my wife, and Glenn was like, well, I was trying to protect my wife. It was a whole lot of girls after her, so I was just trying to protect my wife. So Glenn said, and he told Cliff about the photo shoot, and he said this manager guy came and was trying to antagonize me and something like that. And so Cliff said, was the manager gay? What the hell does that got to do with anything? Okay.
You stupid.
What does that have to do with it? And Glenn was like, I don't know. He did call me sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate. Oh, but he said he did call me sexual chocolate. And so he was like, then Cliff. Oh, I can't stand Cliff. Cliff was like, was your pants too tight? You right, Cliff. His pants was too tight. He said, you better leave that alone. His pants was too tight. Anyway, so moving on. Marie takes Amber painting. Amber is Cecil's daughter. Marie's been in her life since she was 11 months old. So she basically raised her. And so Amber also told Marie that she should break up with her daddy the first time that she broke up with him. Okay, because apparently he was cheating on her, and so Amber told her the first time that she should break up with him. So Amber gonna say, well, he's a good father, but he is not a good husband.
Emotional, damn it.
Come here, Amber. Come here. He's not a good father either. Because if he was a good father, he would show you what a good husband look like. Okay? He will show you what a good husband look like, what a good man look like, so you can pick a good man. Okay? But he not a good father. He not a good father either, okay? Because he ain't showed you what a good husband look like. Obviously, he been cheating on everybody, so he don't show you what a good husband look like. So no, he not a good father. Okay? You think he a good father, but he not a good father if he don't show you what a good husband look like. Okay? That's why I can't say my dad is a good father, because he didn't show me what a good husband look like, because he cheated on my mama. Okay? And then all of a sudden I get cheated on. Okay? Okay? So no. Nope. So that is it. But anyway, So Lateshia meets Glen at a restaurant, and they sit outside. They was the only people to sit outside though. Everybody else is in the restaurant, but they sit outside. But that's cool. So, Lateshia said, and they talk about the confrontation that happened at her photo shoot. She said, now you see why I keep you separated from that stuff. She said, you coming to the photo shoot. And so Glen was like, you need to fire your manager, And Lateshia was like, First was wrong. His name is First. First was wrong. And she said, and I told him that. And so Glen was like, everybody in your camp wants me to be the bad guy. Even Shantae. You should have put First in his place, and you should have put Shantae in her place. And Lateshia was like, I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about Shantae. I ain't thinking about First. I'm thinking about me and my brand and how these people are looking at me with all these clowns around me. And I agree with that totally. She said, I'm not thinking about none of y'all. I'm thinking about these people who is in this photo shoot and trying to figure out why she got all these crazy people around her. Okay, I would be thinking the same thing. She said, I ain't thinking about you. I ain't thinking about Shantae, and I ain't thinking about First. I'm thinking about my brand. And so Glen was like, and he gonna point a French fry to her. See, your mind went to the things that you love. Yeah. Why not? That it's me we talking about. We're not talking about you. We talking about me. So Lateshia was like, you shouldn't have came. You shouldn't have came. She said, you want to be the victim so bad. And then all of a sudden, she got her balls about her. Okay? She got her balls about her. And she was just like, I'm so sorry. Country ass. I'm so sorry that I didn't make that moment about y'all. I'm so sorry that I want to elevate. I'm so sorry. I don't bow down to your ass no more. I'm so sorry. I want to become what God wants me to be. I'm so sorry. I said, okay then, okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. She said, here's your flowers, here's your green beans. She said, you want some of my chicken? All I asked you to do was be my fucking husband. Oh, shit. Okay. Hold on. Damn. Okay. All right then. All right. Okay. All right. That's the reason why they outside. Because they knew what was coming. They knew what was coming, honey. That's the reason why they outside. Okay. Because she got her balls about her. Okay. Lateshia was like,
Surprise, motherfucker.
okay, I'm gonna stop. Whoo! But Glen in the confessional said, I never seen Tisha push back like this. To push back in a whole marriage to this extent. And Lateshia was like, she said, you should think this girl should have divorced me multiple times. And the only thing she asking is for my respect to build her brand. You want to control me, and I'm not that girl anymore. And I never want to see her again. Glenn said, I miss that girl terribly. I know you do. I know you do. And so Lateshia was like, I know you do because that was comfort for you, but that was misery for me. And so, Glenn, come here. On the other Carlos King show, okay, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Martell told Ken that you need to get a young girl so you can control her. So what you need to do is leave Lateshia and get you a young girl again so you can control her. Because Lateshia is not going to be controlled any motherfucking more. Okay? So you gotta get you a young girl, okay? You gotta get you a young girl so you can control her, okay? If you want to be be in control, because Lateshia ain't going for that shit no more, okay? Okay, he only a few states away now. You can go to Huntsville and talk to Martell, okay, about getting you a young girl. Okay, you may have to get a young girl from Huntsville because I don't know about them girls in Jackson. Anyway, I'm gonna leave that alone. And so Lateshia was like, "Just let me shoot my shot." Okay, so that was the end of that scene. All right, Selena cleaning up Mike's house. Why you cleaning up that grown man's house? Well, she straightened it up. She ain't for real cleaning up. She ain't wasn't doing no fucking dishes and shit. She was just moving pillows and folding clothes and shit. So she straightened up. Oh, girl. Mike wants Selena to move in with him. But that's him and his ex-wife house. Okay, moving on. All right, so Belle collective funeral, okay? So everybody's in they black outfits, right? Carrie walk in with this black mini dress on and these thigh-high boots. And they was like, where you going to the funeral after party? What the fuck you going? Where you going? But nobody said anything about Latrice looking like a reject from the Rhythm Nation video. We are a part of the Rhythm Nation. Okay. She looking like a reject from the Rhythm Nation video, for real. Okay. Tambra got to leave early because her daughter had a program. And so anyway, so Tambra said, when we started out, it was a good time. She said, but now it's like the hood. She said, there's no sister in it. She said, it's not a safe space. She said, I'm transparent with Latrice and Selena because they made me comfortable to be transparent, but I'm not transparent to a lot of y'all. So Tambra in the confessional saying nobody checked up on her after she had her baby, except for Latrice and Selena and things like that. And so Lateshia was like, well, listen, if I got to fight through my hurt and all this other bullshit to come and hang with y'all, then, what makes y'all so different? Y'all got to fight through y'all hurt and some bullshit to. So, Marie said Tambra wants the privilege of being a Belle and on this TV show, basically, but don't want to get to know us beyond the surface level. Well, two things can be true at one time. Tambra may just want to be on this TV show as part of the Belle Collective. However, come in, my Pisces sister, Marie, and come in, Lateshia. You did not make it a safe space for her when you got in touch with her ex-boyfriend or ex-husband or somebody who committed domestic violence on her. Okay? So, y'all are the ones that didn't make it a safe space for her when y'all looked up that bullshit. Okay? So y'all only have yourselves to blame when it comes to Tambra and how she moving in this group. Okay? Now, y'all need to figure out how y'all going to try to make it a safe space for her, because that's what Selena said. Well, maybe we should try to make it the safe space for her, you know. But y'all fucked that shit up, okay? You and Lateshia, okay? When y'all found some boyfriend or something that committed domestic violence, okay? So y'all ain't make it a safe space for her. Or she was probably a safe space until it happened. Okay. So Latrice in the confessional saying Tamara is the definition of a Belle and she has every right to be there. I agree. She does have every right to be there, but she do need to bring a little more to the Belle collective. Okay. She need to bring a little more. Okay. Lateshia asked Tambra, does she still want to be a part of the collective? Tambra believes that it has a purpose, and I want to be a part of something that has a purpose. Carrie rung the bell. She was like, y'all trying to get her to quit the Belle collective or what? She said, because that's what it is looking like. And Lateshia said, I, not to step away, but to step up. And I agree with Lateshia. I agree. She need to step up her game. Okay. But y'all created her feeling like it's not a safe space. So y'all gonna have to figure out how y'all can create a safe space for Tambra. But Tambra, you do need to step up. Okay. Cause you just come whenever they got some event, but that's it. Yeah, only thing we see about your life is, you and that baby that look like the daddy. You had something about the finances, but you can't film at your job no more. Do something else. It's just like I feel like you ain't bringing nothing to the show. You ain't adding nothing to the show. Okay, that's why I feel about it. But it is one of them. Marie said we had a vision, and if you can't get with the vision, then you need to step away. Tamara leaves anyway because she got to go to see her daughter perform. Okay, so she not technically stepping away. She had to go. All right. So Marie said, what's that? Latrice said, we not always transparent in here. And so, Maria's like, we transparent. Carrie was like, no, Marie, you still ain't tell us about your breakup with Cecil. And then Marie gonna turn around and say, listen, you stay out of my business. You got to take baby steps because you my biggest fan. And Carrie was like, I'm a fan of all of y'all. She was like, and so Marie hands her a fan, big old fan. And she said, yeah, I'm a fan of everybody. So she go around the table talking about she fan of everybody. And so Lateshia asked, what's going on in the Gulf Coast? Carrie said, my mobile location is about to close because, we can't keep it open because we're not making a profit. And so the ladies tell her, just like Matt told her, just like her mama told her, just like Brittany told her, that she need to close that goddamn store or put it up for sale. Stop holding on to shit that you don't want to hold to. Stop it. Okay? They told her too. Listen, sometimes businesses fail. You just gotta keep moving. Who cares? You got my nerves, that shit. Anyway, so then Carrie, said, okay, well, this is a safe space and everything like that. She was like, usually I don't say stuff. I don't, get into all of this shit. But she said, Selena, there's a rumor about Mike having an outside baby. So that's where they left it. Okay. So give me a thumbs up. Okay. Like and share and comment and subscribe to my channel. And I'll see yous in the next video. Peace, y'all.